If you've already subscribed, then join the tribe by clicking the bell. Get notifications every time a new video comes out.
WAC has its own PO box number, and I am waiting to receive some awesome stuff from each and every one of you. I love postcards and I love handwritten letters, and I absolutely adore drawings. So if you guys are into any of that and you want to share it with the rest of the tribe, send it to me and I'll definitely give you a shout out right here on WAC. Coming back to what we are going to talk about today. There's a book on it. There's also a movie on it. Shakespeare, Newton and Beethoven spoke about it. Will Smith, Jay-Z, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Oprah, Jim Carrey, the list goes on and on, all have believed in it. And today on WAC, let's explore where did it come from, how does it work, and should you believe in it or not. I'm going to be talking about, on popular demand by each and every one of you, the law of attraction.
What it's going to be, who you're going to be, how you're going to do it. Just decide. And then from that point, the universe is going to get out your way. It's like it's water. It wants to move and go around stuff, you know.
Some pretty powerful words from Will Smith over there. What an inspiring guy. Now, before I get into anything on the WAC today, I want to also give you guys a more personal story, a more personal experience that I have had in my life. In 2010-11, I pretty much wasn't getting any work. No one seemed to want to employ me, and I was just sitting at home unemployed all the time. Now, you know what that can do to a person. You start doubting yourself. It ultimately does lead to kind of like mild depression. And for me, my work defines me and it defines who I am. And it really, really did affect me. At that point, I realized that I need to do something about this, and not just from like a try and get more work point of view. I realized that I needed to stop being so negative. Negative thoughts, emotions, fleeting moments, whatever they were, I consciously was trying to remove them from my life. At the same time, I made one very powerful move, which is where I turned around and I told the universe, okay, if this is your plan, I surrender. Whatever you throw in my direction, I'm just going to say thank you and more please, to the nicer things at least. I realized that from that point onwards, something happened, a shift took place, and I definitely managed to lead a more powerful and a more positive life. Now, this is me just scratching the surface and talking about my experience. We could make like another whole episode on it. And at the same time, the law of attraction also has a few of these elements, and it goes a little deeper than that. While the first official print mention of the law of attraction happened only in 1877 in this book, what we also need to understand is that the roots of it, the main crux of it, lies in the ideas that our religion or philosophical traditions are based on. If you look at these quotes, then you will realize that each of them has its own interpretations, its own references. But at the end of the day, the crux of it lies in manifestation of thoughts, like which attracts like. Over time, the newer version of these interpretations was the New Thought philosophy, which is what the law of attraction is based on. The idea is that the more positive or negative your thoughts are, the more positive or negative your experiences will be. People and their thoughts are all made up of energy, and energy will attract energy. So the more positive or the negative your thoughts are and what you put out there, that kind of energy is what you will attract in your life. Never underestimate the power of the mind. It's a very powerful tool, a tool that can be used either to your advantage or disadvantage. Because the law of attraction believes that whatever it is that you think will turn into reality, then if you're that kind of person that always is negative, someone who focuses on doom and gloom, then you'll always remain under that grey cloud. But if you're a person who is positive, someone that only focuses on their aims, on their objectives, and massive action to achieve that, then you can turn your world around. Law of attraction basically states that the mind is a very powerful tool, a kind of tool that can turn your thoughts into reality. Now take Oprah Winfrey for example. She basically, before she moved to Chicago, she had read the book that is called as The Color Purple. She was obsessed with it. She focused on it all the time. She bought her friends copies of the book as well. And a few months later, she got a call from a casting agent asking her to come down for an audition. She took a wild guess and she said, "Is it for The Color Purple?" Yes, it was. Eventually, she got cast onto the role and the rest is history. Oprah Winfrey went on to win a lot of awards even for her role in this movie. What the law of attraction also states is that no matter what it is that you want, you need to see it for yourself. You need to open up your mind and your eyes and say that this is what I want, and then it will get attracted into your life. But it also requires some kind of effort, maximum effort, and that's the main part. Put in some effort. Just sitting around and visualizing a great life, that will get you nowhere. It's very important for you to have some kind of list. Put down a list of what your goals are. Make a list of how you're going to accomplish those goals. And anything that requires you to just passively sit around and wait for something to happen in your life, I think that needs to get out of your list. Action just basically has to be taken. A lot of people also think that the secret, which is based on the law of attraction, it can make a person delusionally positive. Now, don't get me wrong. Positive is good. It's great. And if you can become that kind of person that goes from thinking things are always shitty to things are always great, then that's wonderful. But you also need to do something about it. Sometimes you just need to have a very realistic perception of the things that are going on around you. Research also shows that if you're one of those people that is actively engaging in positive thinking, yes, it can lead to delusional positive thinking. You're imagining that you've got this great job, that you've done really well in your exams, that you're recouping very well after surgery. But those kind of thoughts can also make you lazy and complacent. It can almost make you feel like you've already accomplished that goal and now you need to do nothing about it. At some point, it's also very important to come to terms with your struggles and failures. After all, we all have them. And for me, that is a more logical way towards moving towards success rather than just sitting around and waiting for your dreams to come true. Also, if you're going to spend your entire life trying to be permanently happy, then this search for happiness, like Buddha says, it can also lead to misery. You need to have sad days so that you can appreciate the happy ones. If Gandhi had actually used the law of attraction and not gone out and done something about something that he truly believes in, then I think even today we would be under the British rule. You've heard this line time and again, and every teacher has probably turned around and said this to you: God helps those who help themselves. It's true. I personally believe that if you strike that perfect balance of positive thoughts and manifestation, of hard work as well as visualization, of not being just delusionally positive but also realistic, and if you manage to get that perfect balance between all of these, then that would be the best way to live your life. That's it from me on WAC today. I would love to hear from you in the comment section below. If you've had a success story with the law of attraction, share it with everyone in the tribe, because anything positive is always welcome over here. I'll catch you guys again very soon. Don't forget all the social media handles. We've got WAC on Facebook. We've also got my Facebook page, Freesia B, Twitter, Freesia, Instagram, Freesia, and WAC has its own Instagram handle as well. Ta-da! It's Freesia's Tribe. I'll catch you guys soon. Ciao.